Report to you, CNN has now confirmed another big dramatic change at the Trump White House. Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, has submitted his resignation. Sean Spicer has been in hot water almost from day one of the administration. We know the president has repeatedly voiced his dissatisfaction internally with Sean Spicer. You can connect the dots here. The president reaching out and hiring a new communications director, Anthony Scaramucci coming in. Sean Spicer now on the way out. So let's stop the conversation I was about to have about the president's attorney, and let's start right here. It's all connected. This is a White House that has been in turmoil, in chaos, in staff infighting since day one. That Sean Spicer is leaving to the American people, the face of this president, less so in recent weeks because of the fewer on-camera briefings and because his deputy had been put up into a higher role. But what does this tell us about the internal workings, the internal frustration of this White House right now?
I mean, I think it confirms what we've known for a long time, which is there is a great deal of turmoil, and there are all of these separate camps, right? There's sort of the Priebus and the Spicer wing, the former Spicer wing. He was in that wing. And then there's also the president's family. And if you look at Scaramucci, Priebus and Spicer didn't necessarily like that appointment. But if you look at Scaramucci, he does sort of fit the Trumpian mold. They like the fact that he's good on TV. He's a hedge fund guy. He's often been a pretty eloquent defender of this president. And I think, you know, if you look at Spicer's tenure, I think he probably became the most famous press secretary that we've ever seen in this country. President didn't like that in many ways, because part of that was that he also had a starring role on SNL in the form of Melissa McCarthy. So in some ways, this, I think, for a lot of people was a long time coming. You could see his role recede, but then this finally came.
To your point, and I want to welcome our viewers around the world who are joining us as well, CNN International picking up on our breaking news coverage. Again, the White House press secretary, Sean Spicer, resigning today amid a broader White House shakeup, a new communications director being brought in. We know the president is also shaking up his legal team because of his frustration with the special counsel investigation and his frustration with the advice and help he has been getting from his own team. I believe CNN's Dana Bash is still with us as well on this breaking news story. Dana, we know, again, Sean Spicer has been, don't have Dana at the moment. Okay, we'll get back to her as necessary. You gentlemen covered the White House. Sean Spicer has been in the president's fire, as you know, since day one. Now, in part, it may be because the president doesn't like his high profile. In part, it may be because the president disagrees with how he handled this issue or that issue. But let's be honest. In part, it's because of the president's messes of the president's own making. Sean Spicer says A, the president tweets Z within a day. What does this tell us?
Right. Literally on day one of the administration, Sean Spicer stepped behind the podium in the briefing room and berated the media about the crowd size of the president's inauguration the day before. It took